just thoughts in the last few weeks, what you've seen out of this group?
Yeah, it's been really great. Obviously, a lot of adversity in the first half, and it's kind of similar to what we had last year as well. But like last year's group, we've made a choice on what our heart is going to be. Winning's hard, losing's hard, but the group has made that hard choice to just show up and keep battling, and I think it's showing.
You go back to the start of the season, the 6-game skid. Obviously, you guys have won 6 straight now. How have you seen this group kind of remain consistent throughout it all?
Yeah, like kind of what I said before. It's when things are going wrong, you can try and blame it on something, or you just have to stay consistent and keep showing up, because ultimately it's just the 26 guys in there that are going to be able to do something about it. So it's just up to everyone to just keep showing up and putting the work in.
2 of the biggest crowds of the season last weekend. How much does fan support mean to you guys, especially as we get into the meat of this NCHC season?
It's awesome. I was talking this about my parents the other day, just the impact the crowd has, and we were kind of talking about for teams coming into Omaha that maybe haven't been here before, or players that haven't been here before on those teams, just the impact it has when you come in. There's that many people and they're that loud, and the atmosphere is hard for other teams to come in, and it's awesome for us to play in.
I've seen your dad at a lot of games, road and home. How much has your family support, especially being there in person?
It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, I have the privilege to see my parents pretty much every weekend. Not a lot of players can say that, so I try not to take it for granted at all, because I know eventually that won't be the case, but it's been awesome just to have them there. And my family, that's brother, sister, girlfriend too, that are able to support me.
I know it's a team you've obviously seen a lot of over the years. It's no secret Denver's at the top of the country again. What do you guys know about them this go around, though?
Oh yeah, my brother played there. I've played against him the last 4 years, so I think I know a decent amount about him. But obviously, a very offensively skilled team, and within that, they have good structure. So but ultimately, it's our game and what we need to focus on. And I think if we stay committed to our structure and our game plan, we'll do well.
Obviously, it starts this weekend, but you look ahead at the final 10 games. It's a gauntlet of a schedule. At the same time, though, I know this group's got to be excited for it. How do you guys go about embracing that challenge?
I think you just take it a day at a time. I think it's easy looking at maybe where we're at and what could happen in the future, what has happened in the past, but ultimately, every day you just got to show up, and you can worry about games when they come, but just today's all that matters.
We asked Gavin last week about the standings. You guys have made it up to 2. Do you look at the standings at all, or does that motivate you?
Not really. Like I said, it's kind of a day-to-day process. It might be in the back of your mind, but it's not the main focus of. It's good to have goals as a team, especially, but this late in the season, I think it's about us and the way we want to play and show up.
How well has this team defended all year long? I know, especially the last few weeks, you're holding opponents to 2 goals or less. It seems like every night, but it's kind of been a consistent theme of this group all year.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I think I talk a lot about that choice to make, and I think whether it be from defensemen, goalies, forwards, I think just we've come to learn that structure of how to play sound defensively, and I think it's showing up really well right now.
You're currently, I think, leading the team in plus minus. As the captain of the team, that's obviously a focus for everybody. But how does that team leading stat helping influence some of, especially the younger guys?
Yeah, I just like to do whatever I can to help the team, and I think the role that I've had here the last 4.5 years, I've really enjoyed it, and I just don't like to get scored on. That's kind of the one thing if I get scored on the ice, then usually, I don't know, that's not a good game for me if that happens a lot. So that's what I like to focus on. And like I said, I think that helps ultimately the team win if I can play that way. So that's what I strive to do.
How well have you seen this group mesh together throughout the course of this year?
It's been awesome. Yeah, it's always challenging, I guess you could say, when a brand new group comes in, especially the amount of guys we've had. But fortunate enough, we've just done a great job great people in the room, and so it makes it easier just throughout the year, learning more about each other, becoming better friends, and ultimately that transitions to on-ice play, wanting to sacrifice for each other.
You're kind of a humble guy, but you're also the face of the program, both as team captain and also you're literally on a billboard right now for First National. What kind of, opportunity or pressure does that give you?
I don't look at none. I don't really I don't really look at it as pressure. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to be in the role I am. There could be a lot of guys in my role on the team, and how I look at it is I'm here for a reason, and I would try to be the same that I have been in the past. There's no reason to change a lot of things, just try and get better at some areas.
All right,
Awesome.
thanks, Nolan.
Thanks, Krenzen.
Thanks,
Perfect. Thanks, Krenzen.
Thanks, guys.
Good job. Gotta see this billboard. I haven't seen this billboard yet.
I saw it yesterday.
It's pretty big.
It is,
Where's it at?
there's a digital one that's right off of 60th
Okay.
and the interstate when you're going west.
Okay,
I
nice.
think there's like an actual print one too.
I think
Yeah.
somebody
It's on
said there was.
72nd Street in Dodge.
Yeah,
Oh,
I saw it
good.
today.
Yeah, is it
Gotta get
72nd in Dodge?
I like it. Good to get Krenzen
Yeah,
out
I was
there.
like,
Yeah,
crazy.
that's great.
Gotta get yours.
Got a
on
couple
next
guys
time.
Yeah.
like,
Go get their picture
Yeah.
by then.
All right, take questions for Coach now.
Coach, just thoughts on Denver this week?
Yeah, getting ready for Denver. Got to watch pre-scout on them then against Duluth, and they played a couple of good games. You could tell Duluth was hanging on there for a little while there throughout those games. So obviously, like Krenzen said, we know they're a good team. We know they got a lot of firepower there with their roster, and we know we got to be ready to go.
Same thing I asked him, as you guys look ahead at this stretch to close out the season here, how excited are you for this group to embrace that challenge?
Yeah, again, like Krenzen, I think probably more so for just myself, speaking for myself personally, I'm not oblivious to like the schedule and the standings and all that stuff, but I'm kind of just really just pushed it aside and just kind of really taking it weekend by weekend, opponent by opponent, and I'm really doing that. I know that's you hear a lot of people talk about that, but I'm just kind of, I think that's the best way for myself to survive mentally and just to perform at your best. I think the work that needs to be done in order to be successful is such a high level of volume, and if you spend any time thinking about scenarios or worrying about things, I think it just slows down that productive behavior. So really just kind of like being oblivious to the standings and to the opponents we got down the stretch, and just focus on preparing for Denver.
Talk about Nolan Krenzen, his development over these last couple of years.
Yeah, tremendous. I mean, he's first off just a stand-up individual, high character person. Hockey aside, he does the right things consistently. Very low maintenance to coach. Just takes care of himself on the ice, takes care of himself off the ice. Does extra, always in shape, always prepared. I think you guys know as media and fans, just the consistency in his on-ice performance too. That's hard to do, right? It's kind of like a really great offensive lineman. You don't notice them a ton at times, and that's just because they're doing everything right all the time. So just a tremendous piece to our team, and couldn't be happier to have him here for 5 years.
He's been a big part of that. How well has this group defended all year long?
Yeah, again, like you said, I just think that's been something that we've constantly been tweaking and learning and adapting and trying to figure out our personnel and how we play a certain way to be successful with the roster we have. And I feel like we've done a good job all year, and especially as of late, it really coming together there well. So it's important to win games. You probably can't give up more than 3 or 4 at the most if you're going to come out on top in this league, and we've done a good job of limiting team's offense.
You look at that blue line, whether it's Joe, Isaiah, Marcus, obviously Dylan Elite too. Kind of seems like every week someone else is stepping up on that core. How big has that been for this group?
Yeah, it's great. It's the players don't always love it, but there's some good healthy competition on that blue line, and I think guys that are in the lineup are guys that are in and out, and they all know they got to be really sharp out there when they're playing and keep on getting better. And I think you've just seen the guys progress throughout the season. Really, right now, I feel like we could play any one of our D-men, and I'd be comfortable with them in the lineup, which is a great thing as a coach and speaks a lot to their development throughout the season there. So guys have been solid back there, and I think every game we've played well, we've had that group play well as a group as well.
On the offensive side of things, obviously Denver is a very high-powered offense, but you've really had a lot of the forwards, kicking it into high gear, Stang, Erdahl. How nice was it to get Cam back in the lineup, and do you anticipate any other updates to player?
Yeah, it was nice to get Mitchie back in there, get him firing on back on cylinders there. Had a nice goal and assist there on Friday night, and continues to play well. And I think Hillman will still be out this weekend here, and obviously Ludke's still out. But yeah, it's been great. I think we really probably harped on defense a lot early in the year, knowing that we can't afford to give up too many goals against. And now it's been nice to see us focus a little bit more on offensive development too, and really allowing the guys to keep learning the offense side of the puck and the creativity and the concepts and different things that allow them to transfer into offense production. So it's been fun to see it even in practice. You can see the guys getting better on both sides of the puck, but nice to see some of those guys really find their offensive mojo here in the second half.
And then getting around to the goalie position, Simon got honors again this week.
Yeah.
How important has he been, especially coming down this really tough stretch, having him be in goal for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's crucial. Against these teams, you're going to give up chances. No matter how much you defend properly, there's going to be breakdowns in your game. It's hockey. There's so many decisions out there that need to be made consistently at speed that there's going to be breakdowns at times, and that's where you need your goalies to make big saves. And he's done just that, And again, I think Kevin's been great too, and he's played in there as well too. So great to see both those guys playing well. But I thought Simon, especially against St. Cloud, I thought they really played hard on Saturday, like I said, after the game. And so just to make a couple of those key saves at key moments allowed us to come away with the win.
Thanks.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm going upstairs.
Thanks,
I'll go
Gab.
get that.
Thanks,
Do you have to go up there or no?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna run up and grab that.